Hi, this is Khushbu and today I'm going to show you what we have released in Appwrite Functions 1.4. First, let's create a test project. Go to Settings and install a GitHub app. You can choose the account where you want to install it, and you can also select the repositories you want to give access to the GitHub app. Since it's the first time I'm installing it, it's asking me to install and authorize. After installation, you would be redirected back to Appwrite. Now let's go to Functions and click on Create a new function. There are multiple ways to create functions in Appwrite 1.4. You can either connect your function to an existing GitHub repository or get started with one of our quick starter templates, and you can also use one of our complex templates like prompt ChatGPT function or Discord command bot function for more complex workflows. For this tutorial, let's select one of our existing repositories. You can select the production branch. Every deployment on the production branch will be automatically activated. I'm just going to click next. I'm going to give this a name. Let's say test function. As you can notice, the runtime has been automatically detected. The entry point is index.js. If you have a function where you need build and install commands, you can add them in this section. And now let's click on next. Now you can also give permissions to who all can execute your function. For now, let's give it to any and click on create. You can see that as soon as the function is created, a new deployment has been started. If I click on the source, I can see the repository name, the branch that has been deployed, and the last commit message. The deployment is now ready. Let's go to the Domains tab. In 1.4, Appwrite automatically assigns a domain to every function that gets created. You can even customize these domains. As you can see that the function has now been deployed and it says hello world from main. Now let me show you something else. Let's open the repository. So this is the repository. Now let's try to create a new branch called test3. Since this repository is connected to Appwrite's function, every push or pull request on this repository will create a new deployment. So now let's try to create a new commit. Instead of hello world from main, let's say hello world from test3 branch and just commit these changes. As soon as we commit these changes, you would notice that a new deployment has been created. Since this deployment is not on the production branch and it's on the test3 branch, it is not automatically activated. So we'll just go here and click on activate. Once it is activated, now let's again go back to domain and see what has been deployed. So now you can see it says hello world from test3 branch, which means whatever you pushed has been built and deployed automatically. Now let's try one more thing. Let's go back to our repository and let's try to create a new pull request. So when I click on create pull request, you would notice that Appwrite adds a comment here with the live status of the build. So right now it says waiting to build, and it will keep on changing as the status of the build changes. We can now see that the build is now ready, and if you click here, you can view the live logs of the build and the current status. In fact, we also have live streaming logs if you have more complex functions which take a lot of time to build. And in that case, you can also look at all the checks that are run by Appwrite, and we can see that the build is succeeded. That's just one example. You can do a lot more with functions. Check it out today.